Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today we have the preview for the Raptors TLC, which they actually stated TLC update number 2 is coming next month, which means March, and I assume that date, or it doesn't say date, I assume that kind of like estimation is for PC, not console, because I do know it takes a couple weeks for them to actually port things over to the console anyway, so I guess TLC 2 is coming next month for us in March. At what point, we do not know. It's probably going to be late in March, or maybe even just slightly halfway through. I wouldn't really say they have this stuff ready yet, of course, because they're going to be working on a lot of other dinos as well, and we don't exactly know how many are coming in this update, but so far we have 4 revealed. We have the Spino, we have the RG, and we of course got the Sarco recently as well, which is great. So yeah, that's the 3 of those so far, and now we have the Raptor as well, and let's just jump straight into this Raptor preview, guys. Make sure that you hit the like button if you find yourself enjoying this video. So yeah, the Raptor. Here's the first photo. God damn it, what do you guys think? I really like it. I think it looks a little bit shorter, and its head looks a little bit smaller. The eyes look a little bit better. I think they look less derpy. In terms of like the skin and everything, it's very, very textured, of course. The old one kind of looks a little bit, I don't know. I don't really know the word for it, but it just doesn't look as good as some of the other creatures in Ark. So like the Raptor's very, very outdated, of course. You know, this was one of the original creatures, so this thing is going to be completely different. It's got a couple new abilities and stuff. We'll get into all that, but yeah, in terms of like the model and everything, it's a huge overhaul. Look at the claws. Just direct your attention to those a little bit. Looks like I guess the hand part of the arms or whatever. I don't know if that's an actual, that's probably not an actual hand for them, but the front part of the claw before the actual nail part. It's a little bit stumpier, but the claw does not actually curl up as much as the old Raptor. So their hands are going to be a little bit smaller and stumpier, but you'll find out in a minute that they actually have a pretty cool use. In terms of everything else there, the feathers look a lot better. The old feathers kind of look like flower petals or something. I don't even know. Like the old one just looks crap now. Once I see one of these TLC dinos, I'm just like, yeah, no, the old one's terrible. But like, I completely agree with it. I mean, look at this new one compared to the old one. I can't honestly say that anybody's gonna prefer the old one to the new one at all. Man, yeah, just the new one looks great. Let's move on to the next photo here. So we have kind of a side-by-side comparison. Now, in this photo, it kind of looks like the newer one is taller than the older one, but you guys got to remember that the newer one is closer to us in this photo, so perspective. I would honestly say that, judging from the first photo, the newer one is slightly shorter than the older one. But in terms of its actual body, its body looks a little bit bigger. It's kind of hard to completely pinpoint exactly if it's actually bigger or smaller than the old one, but I think it's kind of the root of the tail there looks a little bit bulkier, I guess. The muscles on its legs look a little bit more pronounced, and just in general, I don't know, the body kind of looks a little bit bigger. It's kind of hard to tell whether or not it's longer in this photo. Again, you can't really actually see the end of the tail of the other creature, though I guess if you look at the shadows, I don't know actually. I feel like, yeah, no, I feel like the newer one's slightly longer. It's kind of hard to tell. It's really hard to tell, actually, but I feel like the newer one's slightly longer. I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. One other thing is actually, if you look in this photo, to the right-hand side, there's a shadow for something. I wonder what that's from. Like, I don't know what that's actually from, but, like, there wasn't any other shadows in any other one of these photos, so that's kind of a little bit odd. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, let's move on to the last photo here. Of course, we have the Raptors beside each other right there. Man, just the new one just looks so much better, I have to say. The color regions on the back look really good. As you can see, it's got that green on the back. That pretty much goes right down to the tail. It's pretty similar to the original Raptor, as you can see off to the side there. Yeah, I like it. I really like it. What do you guys think about the model? Let's get into what it can actually do. So, the new Raptor can't really do too much more than the old Raptor compared to some of the other new TLC creatures. They're getting tons and tons of abilities. This thing's getting some abilities. So, it's gonna have a pack bonus, which is great. I'm really, really happy about this. except it's not going to be as good as the direwolf. So the pack leader is going to be able to roar, and it's going to essentially increase the pack's damage resistance, movement speed, and attack speed for 15 seconds with a 45-second cooldown. So let's just break this down a little bit. So it's damage resistance, so they're going to be able to tank more damage, they're going to be able to move quicker, and it's attack speed, not attack damage. So it's not gonna increase their damages output, it's just gonna increase the speed at which they can output that damage, which, I mean, that could probably be better than actually adding more damage onto it. So I'm pretty happy about that. I think it's a really good change. And yeah, I'm just really happy to actually have like a full-on like pack bonus like this. I think, do Raptors currently have that? I don't even know, actually. I never mess around with Raptors anymore. I don't know if they do. But yeah, I assume we're gonna find packs of these out in the wild, hunting down creatures and just wrecking everything. Of course, they want to keep the Raptors as like a mostly early game tame, which is, I guess it makes a lot of sense. It's a pretty iconic creature and everything, so a lot of people will want to tame these, and they're not too hard to tame as well. I mean, Ebola, a couple Trank Darts, you got one down already. Not Trank Darts, Trank Arrows, you got one down already. It's great. But this Raptor can actually do one more thing, and this is really, really cool. This is such a cool feature. It's going to be able to pounce onto creatures, small creatures, and players. So it's gonna essentially have something similar to the Thyla, where it can jump down or like jump onto a player and just pin them down, and you can't really get out of that unless you kill them. So it's gonna be able to do something similar like that, but it's probably not gonna be, obviously, you know, the Raptors aren't actually as strong as a Thyla, so you're gonna be able to fight them off a little bit early game, but they're gonna be a lot harder to take down for sure. Now, one thing that they never actually mentioned was whether or not groups of Raptors could jump onto creatures, like larger creatures, which is what they used to do. Like they'd hunt in little packs, and they'd be able to take down large herbivores or carnivores by just jumping onto them and just like ripping them to shreds from several different angles on the back where the creature cannot defend itself. So I don't know, I feel like that would be a little bit overpowered for Arc, but man, I would really like to see that. Just a bunch of Raptors jumping onto a Diplo or something. I freaking hate Diplos. So I don't know, I think that would be great, but they never mentioned it here. Whether or not they're actually going to do that at some stage, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that is the Raptor changes, guys. That's all it can do. What do you guys think about it? Let me know down below, and of course, let me know what other creatures you think deserve a TLC, and list a couple reasons why, and maybe some abilities or something like that. Maybe we'll put another video together like what we did before with the list of creatures that deserve TLC. We did that before, it was pretty cool. But yeah, let me know down below, guys, and if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you guys want to see more, subscribe, and we'll be catching you in the next one.